All right, now it definitely should be good to go. So my apologies there. I don't know. I don't know. There's a disconnect with like Facebook and the Ingress. So like what happens a lot is I don't know if anybody really knows how computers work per se, but essentially the Streamlabs is an application that I use to run all the cameras on, and it allows me to have like the overhead camera, the main camera, the mic, everything. All right, now it definitely should be good to go. And essentially, what happens is all that stuff has to feed into Facebook. However, Facebook is not the most friendly with other applications. There used to be a point in time actually where you could create like a link to where Facebook would be like you could integrate like different AP like creating stuff better than what the Facebook system administrators or system engineers are doing, or web developers or whatever title it is that the people is that create shit on Facebook. So they stopped allowing it to be like open source. When Facebook first started, Zuckerberg actually had it a little bit more open source where we could actually tie shit into it. Obviously, they got permission with Streamlabs to tie into it, but sometimes Facebook just blocks external stuff and it causes like a whole problem. I'm not just blaming Facebook on that. My computer could have started up weird or whatever else. I mean, technology can go wrong, but that was normally doesn't just like cut. It just started like 2 minutes in. It just like literally cut the feed twice. I'm trying to find a lint roller. Hold on one second. Sure where it got put. Roll this and then we'll get rolling into the break. Obviously, you see a half case of super jumbos are in the back already. Um, we'll run the football in between the two half cases of super jumbos. We'll get the mixer that filled last that has some Topps Chrome update, some Topps Chrome black, or I thought, oh yeah, Topps Chrome black and Inception. So we'll run that. National Treasure comes out Friday, so be on the lookout for that. That's obviously going to be more prospect based. Leaf Metal comes out, I think next week or this week as well. Either way, let's get rolling here. We got the Super Jumbo to get into. Good luck, everybody. Teamless is on the right. Overhead cameras in the bottom left-hand corner. Obviously, the paper goes to the paper spot, which is Matt. Other than the number paper, it's just the paper base goes to him for anybody curious. Should be 5 autographs per box. Super Jumbos seem to be pretty good this year. Tomorrow, if you're looking for a Bowman draft and you miss either one of these breaks, tomorrow I'm going to be posting a half case of Jumbos with either a 1 or 2 HTA like topper essentially. It'll probably be 2 HTAs, but it'll definitely be some Jumbos with some HTAs. We have Bonilla to start us off. Wyatt Langford, Schoenwetter, Huna, Merrill. We have Holland, Jack Ham, Winiger, Boyd, Rodden, Keener, Thornton, Walton, Mejia, Saltabam, Bargala, Roccaforte, Brooks Lee, Zanatello, and Gilbert. We're also going to have Bryce Eldridge for the Giants. Going to Joe Ward on the stained glass. Alex Ramirez, Campbell, Acuna, Levinson, Churio, Jonah Cox, Clifford, Taylor, Hudapool, Whitman, Riley. We got Early, Smith, Nichols, Foster, Jacob Berry, Matt Horvath, Hao Yu Lee, Charlie Soto, and behind Charlie Soto we have Chase Davis to the Cardinals. And Steve Mizrahi having a rough go. Got skunked the last couple breaks and is going to pop right out of his slump into a Chase Davis. Blue Wave. First rounder, 112 out of 150. Nice hit here for Steve Mizrahi. We have Adrian Santana and Ethan Salas. Parada, Spencer Nevins, DePaula, Homer Bush, Isaac, Hackenberg, Hit, Watts Brown, Minacci, Tommy Troy, Carvey, Muth, Woodward, Mahoney, O'Halloran. We have Morris, Savacool, Cunningham, Jet Williams, Batandi. Going to have Charlie Soto and Carlos Jorge. Yeah, the Chase Davis has definitely been poking his head in breaks lately, last couple. Get Kevin Sim on the 14 out of 199. If there was anything you want to grade it, and I'll mention this the next couple breaks for Bowman draft, and you want to get it graded, send it to, and you're going to send it back to me, just let me know exactly what the card is. We got Max Anderson, Castro, Shaw, Celestin, Wilson, Owen, and I'll make sure I put in the order with SGC by the 5th, and then just send me the card right away, and as soon as I get everybody's cards, I'll send them out. But as long as I have the order in by the 5th, that SGC will still honor the $9 price. I did look at Douglas's card, the Skeens, and the orange looks pretty good. It'll probably, depending on what the center is, it could get a 10, but it'll probably get a 9.5 at SGC. You're going to get a 9 or a 10 at PSA based on the centering. The centering's probably a 9.25. We have Marcus Brown, Levy Wells, Knapsick, Montgomery, Barofrin. So it just depends if we get a nice guy at PSA, but I think SGC it'll get at least a 9.5 from when I looked at it. We have Waltrip, Guanapa, Blake Mitchell, Olson, Albert Rios, Drew Jones. We're going to have Michael Carrico and Sabin Sabalos. Oh, that is... Sorry, my thick sleeves and my regular sleeves got mixed together by accident. So you see me put a sleeve on and take it off, it's just because I don't want to put a bulky sleeve. And then let's go into the Braves and Robert Sellers. We have Jackson Churio and Blake Mitchell. And then I'll have the schedule and all the pricing out either tomorrow or Friday for the month of January of when I'm sending stuff off and like what day. I'm going to try to put on a calendar and what day you need to get your cards and to get it sent off by a certain day. We have Tanner Hall, Emerson, Delgado, Boevi, Holiday, McLean, Spencer Jones, Campbell, Brady House, George, O'Donnell, Quastad, Hawk, Munoz, Paul Wilson, Early, Brady Smith, Nichols, Foster, Jacob Berry, and Jacob Wilson. Brian Acuna, Ledbetter, Mayor, Alderman, Espinosa, Taylor, Salas, Max Clark, Reed, Connor Burns, Rada, Roman Anthony, DeLeo, Oper, Walters, Torin, Eltridge. We have Valdez, Dylan Head, and behind the Dylan Head is going to be a Jacob Wilson to the A's. And that's going to Austin Fishback. On the base, Jacob Wilson. So far the case is starting out pretty good, or the half case, the break. We have Tommy Troy and Spencer Jones. We have Abner, Wyatt, Clark, Morgan, Arroyo, Brandenburg, Cross, Keyshaw, Dano, Gonzalez, Young, Haas, Gabriel Gonzalez, McDaniel, Jung, Mercedes, Chase Davis, Vargas, Meyer, Honeyman, and Wyatt Langford. And I feel like we're overdue for a big Wyatt Langford too, because we didn't really pull any autographs of Langford. Pulled all the other big guys, but we really haven't pulled any Langfords, which is I don't know if other groups have been pulling a bunch of Langfords, and that's just where they're at. Him and Bryce Eltridge are the two guys we were really pulled. We have Nelson Rada for the Angels. The Sky Blue paper 8 out of 499 going to go to Josh Locke. We got Bryce Eltridge, Valdez, Head, Diaz, Sim, Jorge, Sliger, Gordon, Clemmy, Baez, Bashirs, Carson Reed, Connor Burns, Rada. Actually, last night on loop, someone popped on and grabbed 3 HTA boxes and hit a red Clemmy and a blue wave Emerson. We have O'Donnell. That was pretty crazy. That was in the same box, too. We have Quastad, Hawk, Munoz, Paul Wilson. We have Brock Vandenberg. Oh, yeah, we haven't hit Cam Fisher either. Going to the Marlins and Billy. We got Cam Collier and Chase Davis. Fernandez, Sullivan, Picard, Cooler, Lindsay, Ewing, Wood, Engel, Montez, Panicni, Anthony, DeLeo, Opor, Walters, Torin, Eltridge, Valdez, Dylan Head, Diaz, Kevin Sims, and Jacob Gonzalez for the White Sox. So we have Waldrep on the green paper, 11 out of 99. Going to Robert Sellers. Get Mac Horvath, Hao Yu Lee, Soto, Montero, Waldrep, Guanapa, Mitchell, Olson, Rios, Drew Jones, Carico, Diaz, Sim, Jorge, McGraw, Abner, Wyatt, Clark, Trey Morgan, and we have a Sean Sullivan on the True Blue going to the Rockies. And that's going to David Cloette, 28 out of 150. Spencer Jones and Enrique Bradfield Jr. Into a second box here. Pretty decent start. We have Carrig, Collier, K-Fuss, Arias, Cam Fisher, Gutierrez, Jaworski, Detmer, Baumeister, Jorge, Ramirez, Campbell, Acuna, Levinson, Churio. Got Cox, Clifford, Taylor, Hundapool, Whitman, and Paul Skeens. I was going to say Ryan Clifford's still an Astro and Bowman's best, which is kind of goofy, but yeah. Looking at the checklist today that came out, and they still have them on the Astros checklist. I don't know how accurate that is, but there's a football break in between, Jeff. I was going to say Jay Bashirs, Cole Young, Haas, Gabriel Gonzalez, McDaniel, Jace Jung, Mercedes, Chase Davis, Vargas, Meyer, Honeyman, Skeens, Miller, Santana, Gutierrez, Carrig, Cam Collier, K-Fuss, Roderick Arias. We're going to have Nazan Zanatello going to the Red Sox. It's going to go to Austin Fishback as well. We're going to have Paul Skeens and Jackson Churio. Pete Almeida, Hawk, Francisca, Hurley, Churio, Sabalos, Crawford, Reimer, Green, Morris, Savacool. They have Cunningham, Williams, Batanti, Acuna, Ledbetter, Mayer, Alderman, Espinoza. We're going to have Max Clark and Philip Abner on the Green Lunar. We have Jackson Baumeister going to Chuck on the gold paper, 49 out of 50. You got Bowen, Brown, Wells, Knapsick, Montgomery, Barofrin, Cravey, Muth, Woodward, Mahoney, O'Halloran, Huck, Francisca, Hurley, Churio, Sabalos, Justin Crawford, Reimer, Elijah Green, and we have Zach Thornton for the Mets on the base autograph. That's going to go to Steve Walkstein. Zach Thornton. Got Colt Keith and Tommy Troy. Vetrano, Bauman, Marotis, Troesser, Wiggins, Crowell, Lord, Denton, Riggio, Vaquero. We got Connor Early, Smith, Nichols, Foster, Barry, McHorvath, Howie Lee, Soto, Montero, Waldrop, and Braden Taylor. Taylor, Salas, Max Clark, Reed, Burns, Rada, O'Donnell, Quastad, Hawk, Munoz, Wilson, Vetrano, Bauman, Marotis, Troesser, Wiggins, Crowell, Lord. We're going to have Denton and Jay Beshears going to the Padres on the Blue Wave. And that's going to go to James Gusson on the 144 out of 150. Yeah, Jacob Wilson and Cam Collier on the draft pick prospects. You got some color there. Going pretty good, Brandon. I was going to say, yeah, it runs well on both Facebook and YouTube. Normally runs, actually, the stream normally runs better on YouTube. We got Panicki, Johnson, Winokur, De Los Santos, Floyd, Basalo, Bradfield Jr., Maya, Loader, Cupid, Bergala, Roccaforte, Brooks Lee, Zanatello, Gilbert, Anderson, Castro, Shaw, Saliston, Jacob Wilson, and Colt Emerson for the Mariners. On the stained glass. Jonah Cox, Clifford, Taylor, Hundapool, Whitman, Riley, Keener, Thornton, Walton, Mejia, Saltaban, Baez, Beshears, Cole Young, Haas, Gonzalez, McDaniel, Jace Jung, Mercedes. We have Cade Cooler. One of the Braves, and Robert Sellers. On the base autograph. Marcelo Mayer and Braden Taylor. Redfield, Savala, Forrester, Ramiro, Farmelo, Arias, Skeens, Miller, Santana, Eldridge, Valdez, Head, Diaz, Sim, Jorge, Sliger, Gordon, Clemmy, Baez, and Johnny Farmelo. To the Mariners. We have Ariel Castro on the 333 out of 499. On the Twins. And Billy. Have Guanapa, Mitchell, Olson, Rios, Jones, Carico, Anthony, DeLeo, Opor, Walters, Torin, Riggio, Vaquero, Redfield, Savala, Forrester, Mikey Ramiro, Farmelo, Arias, and we have Cooper Ingle for the Guardians. That's going to go to Ingling. And we have Saliston and Jacob Wilson. I don't want to say the box was rough, but that was a little rough. Try to be positive, but that one was a little harsh. Let's get in the last box of the break. Somebody else can say for me. I try to keep a positive vibe because for all we know, Cooper Ingle ends up being the next later round draft pick guy to turn into a monster. Yeah, that was not the prettiest box Super Jumbo we could have had. Kevin Parada, Nevins, DePaula, Homer Bush, Isaac, Hackenberg, Hit, Watts, Brown, Benaki, Troy, O'Donnell, Quastad, Hawk, Munoz, Wilson, Early, Smith, Nichols, Foster, Jacob Berry, and Enrique Bradfield Jr. The Mintberry Crunch paper on the 90 out of 199. Ty Pete going to the Mariners. We have Acuna, Ledbetter, Mayer, Alderman, Espinoza, Taylor, Salas, Max Clark, Reed, Burns, Rada, Howyu, Lee, Soto, Montero, Waltrip, Guanapa. We have Mitchell, Olson, Rios, and we're going to get Hurston Waldrip. He's a first-rounder pitcher for the Braves going to Robert Sellers. Based on the scouting report, he seems to have good stuff. We have Jackson Chourio and Blake Mitchell. Bonilla, Langford, Schoenwetter, Ahuna, Merrill, Holland, Ham, Winokur, Boyd, Rodden, Cravey, Muth, Woodward, Mahoney, O'Halloran, Morris, Savakul, Cunningham, Jet Williams, Batanti, and Zanatello. We have Max Anderson, Castro, Shaw, Saliston, Jacob Wilson, Owen, Brown, Wells, Knapsick, Montgomery, Barofran, Munoz, Paul Wilson, Early, Brady Smith, Nichols, Foster, Jacob Berry, Mac Horvath, and behind Mac Horvath is going to be a Jake DeLeo going to Billy on the Marlins. Just the base. We have Adrian Santana and Ethan Salas. We have Kendall, George, Fernandez, Sullivan, Picard, Cooler, Lindsay, Ewing, Wood, Engel, Montez, Mercedes, Davis, Vargas, Mayer, Honeyman, Ramirez, Campbell, Acuna, Levinson, Chourio, and Noble Meyer. We have Ludwig Espinoza, 456 out of 499. We have Jorge, Sliger, Gordon, Clemmy, Baez, Bashirs, Cole Young, Haas, Gabriel Gonzalez, McDaniel, Chase Jung, Valdez, Head, Diaz, Sim, Jorge, Sliger, Gordon, Clemmy, and behind Clemmy we have a refractor of Nazan Zanatello going to Austin in the Red Sox. It's going to be a 142 out of 499 on the Zanatello. Put him in the back with his other version. And we got Spencer Jones and Enrique Bradfield Jr. What am I doing? I was like, where am I going with the pack? We have Hall, Emerson, Delgado, Boevi, Holiday, McLean, Jones, Campbell, House, Anthony, DeLeo, Opor, Walters, Torin, Eltridge, Valdez. We have Head, Diaz, Sim. We have Blake Waltrip, and we have Matt Shaw on the mood ring. It's going to go to the Cubs and Patrick Casey. We have Horvath, Lee, Soto, Montero, Waldrop, Guanapa, Mitchell, Olson. We have Rios, Drew Jones, Carico, Jones again, Carico, Anthony, DeLeo, Opor, Walters, Torin, Bryce Eldridge, and Hunter Holland. Going to the Reds and Matt Freeman. We have Tommy Troy and Spencer Jones. We have Abner, Wyatt, Clark, Trey Morgan, Arroyo, Brandenburg, Cross, Keishel. We have Dano, Gonzalez, Keener, Thornton, Walton, Mejia, Saltaban, Bergala, Roccaforte, Lee, Zanatello, Gilbert, Ledbetter, and Matt Shaw on the photo variation. Going to the Cubs. I was like, this doesn't look right. Into the last half pack of the break. Kevin Parada on the sky blue going to the Mets. It'll be 11 out of 499. Have Alex Ramirez, Campbell, Cunha, Levinson, Churio, Jackson Cox, Ryan Clifford, Taylor, Hundapool, Whitman, Riley, Salas, Max Clark, Reed, Connor Burns, Rada, Ethan O'Connell, Quastad, Tommy Hawk. And we have a Jack Mahoney to the Rockies. It's going to go to David Cloette on the base autograph. I have Cam Collier and Chase Davis. So a quick recap of the hits. I have the sky blue paper Parada, Matt Shaw on the photo variation mood ring Matt Shaw. We have the sky blue paper Espinoza, Mintberry Crunch paper Pete, Enrique Bradfield on the stained glass, Castro on the sky blue, Farmello stained glass, Emerson stained glass, Baumeister on the gold paper, Abner on the Aqua Lunar. We have Sim on the Mintberry Crunch paper, Waldrop on the green paper, Jacob Gonzalez on the stained glass, Rada on the sky blue paper, the green Lunar Jorge, and the stained glass Eltridge. Getting into the autographs, we have Mahoney on the base, Holland on the base, Holland, however we say his name. There's like 4 ways I've heard it said. We have DeLeo on the base, Engel on the base, Cooler on the base, Vandenberg on the base, and Zach Thornton on the base. Getting into the autographs that are on the hit board. We're going to have Hurston Waltrip, on the green, on the true green out of 99. Sabalos on the base. Zanatello on the base in the refractor. Going to the Red Sox. We have Sean Sullivan on the true blue. Bashirs on the blue wave. Jacob Wilson on the base. And last but not least, we have the blue wave Chase Davis. Definitely the hit of the break. Congratulations for those that hit. Those that didn't, hopefully better luck in the second half if you're in the second half. If you're not in the second half, hopefully you have better luck next time. We're going to run a football break, and we'll be back with more super jumbos after the football break. I appreciate y'all as always. You guys have a good night and be safe if I don't see you here for the later second half of the break because you're not in it. Catch y'all later.